Perakai Moicheres Asfina Daf Pei Gimel. Sponsored Refuah Shlema for Rochaleah ben Chana Shoshana. We left off with the Machlokes Rav Nachman and Rav Yosef as to how much space must be between trees in order to acquire the land beneath and around them. Rav Yosef holds a minimum of 4 and a maximum slightly less than 8 amos, whereas Rav Nachman holds 8 to 16. Abaye brought a Mishnah from Kilayim in support of Rav Nachman. Rav Yosef rejected it, la'alocha, based on a Maisa where Rabbi Yehuda awarded a buyer land where trees were spaced 4 amos from each other. Although the Mishnah cited opinions supporting Rav Yosef, the Mishnah stated an incident supporting Rav Nachman. Interestingly, Rava combined both opinions. He decided 4 as minimum and 16 as maximum because there is no explicit minimum for the Rabbanan, followed by Rav Nachman. The Gemara brings a brisa supporting Rava. Rav Yirmiyah questions. Number 1, whether the tree is measured from the thick part of the trunk, close to the ground, or from the branches. The Gemara answers an intermediate point. Number 2, is a buyer entitled to land where he purchased 3 trunk branches of one tree, appearing separate above ground? Rav Gavia compares it to 3 vine shoots inserted in the ground. A Mishnah states if they are separated by 4 to 8 amos, it is a vineyard, indicating their attachment underground is immaterial. Rav Papa questions. He bought 3 trees, 2 in one field and 1 on the other side of a raised border between his fields. If such a tree combines to create a field of trees, a third tree in a third party's field doesn't combine. The Gemara is undecided. Rav Ashi questions. In general, one who cannot pass readily from one tree to another could negate it being a field. Is a pit a separation? Or perhaps not, because its water is not noticeable. An irrigation channel whose water is noticeable, or perhaps just a public thoroughfare, or perhaps even only a hedge of palm trees blocking a view of the trees. The Gemara remains undecided. Hillel, not the elder, questioned, a non-fruit-bearing large cedar separating between the other trees. Rebbe answered, it is not a separation. The Gemara brings a dispute of Rav and Shmuel as to how the trees constituting the field stand. Rav holds in a straight line, and certainly triangularly the land belongs to the buyer. Shmuel holds only triangularly because it is difficult to seed between them. But in a straight line, the buyer does not acquire land in between unless he purchased thorn bushes. Although difficult to seed between them, they are not important enough to consider the land in between them sold with them. If you're enjoying Daf in 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you. Have a good Zimmer, a good summer.